Hope is not a strategy. Luck is not a factor. Fear is not an option. James Cameron. The nation that leads in renewable energy will be the nation that leads the world. James Cameron. The future is not set. There is no fate but what we make. James Cameron. Curiosity is the most powerful thing you own. James Cameron. Failure is an option. Fear is not. James Cameron. I am king of the world, James Cameron. Sometimes your whole life boils down to one insane move. James Cameron. Pick up a camera. Shoot something. No matter how small, no matter how cheesy, no matter whether your friends and your sister star it. Put your name on it as director. Now you're a director. Everything after that you're just negotiating your budget and your fee. James Cameron. Your only competitors are your past achievements. James Cameron. Your imagination can create a reality. James Cameron. People call me a perfectionist, but I'm not. I'm a rightist. I do something until it's right, and then I move on to the next thing. James Cameron. A woman's heart is an ocean of deep secrets. James Cameron. Go home, pick up your video camera, and make a film. James Cameron. What are you gonna do? Talk the alien to death. James Cameron. Tread softly upon the earth because the faces of the unborn look up at you. James Cameron. The magic doesn't come from within the director's mind, it comes from within the hearts of the actors. James Cameron. Old Rose. It's been 84 years, and I can still smell the fresh paint. The china had never been used. The sheets had never been slept in. Titanic was called the ship of dreams, and it was. It really was. James Cameron. I love it when I have a nightmare. To me that means I got my money's worth out of that 8 hours. James Cameron. A director's job is to make something happen, and it doesn't happen by itself. So you wheedle, you cajole, you flatter people, you tell them what needs to be done. And if you don't bring a passion and an intensity to it, you shouldn't be doing it. James Cameron. But failure has to be an option in art and an exploration, because it's a leap of faith. And no important endeavor that required innovation was done without risk. You have to be willing to take those risks. James Cameron. It's about human imagination and curiosity. What's out there? What's in the great beyond? What exists at levels we can't see with our 5 senses? James Cameron. Here's my philosophy in life. If there's a fire, you put it out. If there's a flood, you fill sandbags and you build a dike. You roll up your sleeves and you get to work. James Cameron. I guess Titanic because it made the most money. No, I'm kidding. I don't really have a favorite. Maybe Terminator because that was the film that was the first one back when I was essentially a truck driver. James Cameron. The universe is like a giant bank vault lock, where the tumblers are constantly moving, and once in a while the tumblers line up and you have to listen for the click. So you must be prepared in that moment to step through the door. James Cameron. I dreamed I was a soldier who could bring peace. Sooner or later, though, you always have to wake up. James Cameron.